Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to this Doha Debates Special Event coming to you from the Gulf state of Qatar and sponsored by the Qatar Foundation. Depending on where you sit, the Palestinian group Hamas is either an Islamic resistance movement or a bunch of terrorists dedicated to the destruction of Israel. The Israelis say they won't talk to anyone who doesn't recognize their right to exist. Hamas says it won't even consider recognizing that right until Israel decides on its borders. Talks, of course, do go on below the surface through intermediaries, but are there any real prospects of success? My guest today is by training a surgeon, and he's a senior official in Hamas. He served briefly as foreign minister in the government that emerged 2 years ago. At the time, he told an interviewer, "Palestine means Palestine in its entirety. We cannot give up a single inch of it. Therefore, we will not recognize the Israeli enemy's right to a single inch." Mahmoud Zahar, welcome to the Doha Debates.
Welcome.
According to Israel, in the first 5 months of this year, you had launched 1,950 rockets and mortars, which Human Rights Watch called a serious violation of international humanitarian law. Do you care about that?
Of course we care about that. But we have
so why do you go on doing it then?
But we have to read the page from the beginning. This is the one page. The page means 1/4 of the Palestinian people practice the phenomena of imprisonment. 1/4 of the Palestinian people.
I'm talking about the methods that you use here. We'll get on to some of the background, but I'm asking you about the methods that you use, described as a serious violation of international humanitarian law.
Okay, I'm speaking about imprisonment without reason is also violation of the human right. The second point...
Are you saying that two wrongs make a right then?
No, we are defending ourselves. We failed to achieve our basal demand, so we resorted...
What kind of defense is this?
2 intifada, peaceful intifada demonstration. What happened? In one moment, they deported 418 in Dublin. They killed in the first intifada 8,000 Palestinians. Now, 100,000 Palestinian people are deeply injured. So this is the cause of the self-defense. You describe it by violation.
And you call this self-defense indiscriminate attacks against civilian areas in Israel? You don't care who you kill, do you?
No, we care, but we are civilian.
Why do you care? You've never apologized for any civilians that have been hit, have you?
What happened in the other side? Nobody from the Israeli is ready to apologize about taking our land.
I talk to the Israelis about what they do. I'm asking you about things that you do.
I'm here. I can't separate our issue from the Israeli issue.
You can't.
I can't separate the reaction of the Palestinian people from the action of the Israelis.
So you're saying you're not responsible for your actions then?
No, we are responsible about every step, but the other side should justify morally what happened for the Palestinian people. I told you, 8,000 Palestinian people, 100 casualties, deep casualties.
But do you think that makes it okay for you to kill indiscriminately and launch 1,950 rockets and mortars against Israel and civilian areas?
It is not like that. By the way, how the Israeli can justify attacking me personally, my family, twice.
But you're not answering my question. Dr. Zahar, you're not answering my question.
I am answering your question.
You're not.
Killing innocent people while they are living in their houses, this is justified, this is moral, this is not a violation. When they killed my son, he was got a master's degree from Salford University, and he spent only 1 week in the university in Gaza as a teacher.
I understand,
when they killed him.
I wouldn't for a moment minimize your loss, but you're being accused of exactly the same thing that you're accusing the Israelis of.
As I told you,
indiscriminate civilian attacks. When in March, when 8 people were killed and 11 injured in an attack on a Jerusalem religious school, your group said, "We bless the operation. It will not be the last."
No, the question was...
You said, "We bless the operation."
We are understanding what happened there because in 4 days, when they described this as a Holocaust for Palestinian Holocaust, they killed in 4 days 130. 1/3 of them are children, and the other third are women. They demolished houses. They destroyed everything in our life.
Dr. Zahar, you talk about killing. Thanks in large part to Hamas, last year was the first time since 1967 when more Palestinians were killed by other Palestinians than by Israel.
No, Israel was behind that. Because
They were behind your seizure
of
Gaza?
Because now Israel is responsible about what is happening in Palestine. Now they are depriving us from the essential demand.
Dr. Zahar, in June last year, during the 8 days of your seizure of Gaza, 161 Palestinians were killed, including 41 civilians.
Why? I will tell you.
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Because of the fighting between you and Fatah, that's why.
Because
of your fighting.
I think I have to address why. Give me a chance to address why.
Why? Because you wanted to seize